friend and former All-Pro wide receiver Antonio Brown. While the possibility first came up in the offseason, Arians said the move didn't make sense then as it does right now. Arians also said that he did consider his locker room before signing off on the acquisition, telling Peter King, quote, "This move wasn't made without me talking to every single player of every single veteran player." He asked them this: "Do you want this guy in our locker room?" And every man said yes. So, Shannon, you said yesterday you don't necessarily like this move. Will AB be the reason the Bucs don't make it to the Super Bowl that we played in their stadium?
No, AB won't be the reason. I love it, Skip, that all of a sudden now, personnel move, coaches go around and ask veteran players. They've never really done that before.
Nope. I agree.
Maybe you go ask Tom Brady, "Hey, Tom, look, we're thinking about signing this guy. What do you think?" Tom's like, "Okay, sure, I'll get him." It's kind of like LeBron. When they, make trades, look at, "What do you think about this?" "I got it."
Do you think Belichick ever asked Brady, "Do you like this idea?"
Heck no. Because he didn't care.
He did not care.
Skip, look, I've made it clear. Skip, I wouldn't have made the move, especially on this team, because I believe I have the weaponry from Mike Evans to Godwin to Scotty Miller to Gronk, to Cameron Brate, to running game. I have enough offensively. Now, maybe, Skip, you said, okay, this is an insurance policy. I'm going to sign him to make sure, keep him away from New Orleans, keep him away from somebody else that could potentially sign him. Because if we don't, there's a good chance someone else will.
Yep.
So I'd rather him be in our locker room as opposed to, say, Green Bay, as opposed to New Orleans, or anybody else in the NFC that could potentially be Seattle, because it looked like Seattle really wanted him. So for me, Skip, I wouldn't have done it because I believe they have enough. But AB won't be the reason. I believe he'll probably be on his best behavior for one simple reason. He have the ultimate respect for number 12. And I believe 12 has reciprocated that and have the respect. Whatever he may or may not have done, Tom Brady says, "You come to me with a clean slate. You're a blank sheet of paper, and I'm going to accept you from this point on based on what you do moving forward. Not what you've done before you got here, because I've heard the stories about how you and Ben clash, how you and Mike Tomlin, how you show up late for meeting, you wouldn't come to practice, yada, yada. I heard all that. But you didn't do that on my watch." And that's what most teams say, Skip. I heard about that, but you come here with a clean slate. And I believe because Brady have that respect for AB has that level of respect for Tom Brady, I believe Brady will be able to say, "AB, this is what we need to do. This is what we need from you." And the days of not getting 15 targets and throwing water coolers and saying all kind of things and confronting the receiver, those are over. Because he knows he's on his fourth chance. And I don't believe there'll be another chance after this. Because if you can't play with Tom Brady, because we've never seen a guy behave in the manner that AB has behaved in Pittsburgh or Oakland. I don't believe he'll behave like that, but I wouldn't have done it because I believe I have enough. Now, if you're telling me, well, that hamstring from Godwin might go at any time, that ankle is not going to get any better from Mike Evans, okay, an insurance policy, I get it. But I think they have enough, but I feel very comfortable in saying he ain't going to be the reason they don't get to the Super Bowl.
I am surprised by that conclusion because you were adamant yesterday, bad idea. Wrong guy to add to this mix in this
Well,
locker
the
room.
reason why, Skip, because the money that they're paying him and it's incentive. So basically, it's a week-to-week deal. He's a weekly worker. He's an hourly worker, Skip. And Bruce Arians made it abundantly clear. He misbehaved, he gone. He don't buy into the team, he gone. He said if he don't buy into the team concept, it'll be the shortest contract in NFL history. Basically, that's what he's saying. So he will not get enough, he will not get a long enough opportunity to throw a wrench into this.
Okay. By all accounts, this is a very good locker room. And again, as I said, as we open the show, Tom Brady has almost impossibly quickly transformed the culture in Tampa into New England-like culture. By all accounts, it's a very good locker room with good guys. Mike Evans seems like a really good guy to me. Chris Godwin seems like a really good guy to me. Cameron Brate, and we can go on and on. Now, you have guys who have had issues before. Fournette has had some issues. And obviously, if you throw AB into the fire, you're throwing gasoline onto the fire potentially, right? This is the same Tom Brady who said, give me Randy Moss in 2007.
Correct.
He did not have AB kind of baggage, but he did have some baggage.
Yes.
And Tom Brady loved him.
Right.
Tom Brady just embraced him, and I believe he embraced back the Patriot way.
Right.
And he started to balk against it after 2 years, and then pretty quickly after a Monday night game at Miami, he was out.
You got it. That guy, Randy, was a guy that he had to have respect for the coach, which he had for Denny Green.
Yep.
He had to have respect for the quarterback, which he had for Culpepper to an extent, and he had for Tom. If they don't have those
he also had the great Chris Carter as his big brother.
Right. And then Skip, and then for whatever reason, he went to Oakland.
He was done. He did not even want to get off the bus in Oakland. I've heard that firsthand from the guy at the top.
Right.
And they just gave him, what was for a fourth-round pick?
Third or fourth-round pick, yeah.
They just gave him New England, and the rest is history.
Yes.
Because 2000 records fell like snow in Foxborough, right?
Correct.
Okay, so what does Tom Brady know about Antonio? Well, they signed him on a Monday before the game at Miami.
Correct.
On Tuesday, that civil suit got filed alleging 3 different instances of sexual assault. So that was a bombshell and could have been a big distraction. So they practiced Wednesday, Thursday, and a little bit on Friday, walked through maybe on Saturday. They had to fly.
Right.
And they're back in Antonio's hometown in Miami. It winds up 43-0 Patriots because Miami was really struggling at that point, as you recall. But right away, both Belichick and Brady said, we don't care about the naysayers. We don't care about the negativity. We are going to play Antonio Brown. And in the very first drive, they put him in on the second play of the game and threw him the football. And Tom threw him several passes, but I think we have a riff of the 4 that Antonio caught. You can just see what started happening. This is with 1 week of practice. That they don't know each other at all, and Brady immediately lets the first throw to Antonio on his first play of the game, the second play for the Patriots. And then here he goes again. This is still on that first drive. He hit him 3 straight times, and this is the 3rd time on the first drive. That was pretty much double covered. And then he hit him with the touchdown pass to seal it. And again, it's a route, and as you know, the rest of the story is there was a group text, and Robert Kraft got involved, and then Antonio ripped Robert Kraft, and he was gone. After 1 week, he was gone. But they clicked and connected so deeply that they stayed in close touch the whole time, Antonio and Tom Brady. That's an unlikely couple, right? Those are strange bedfellows.
There's nothing more valuable than the quarterback and wide receiver respecting one another.
Yep.
And don't tell me my success is just tied to you, because I would never say your success is just tied to me. And for whatever reason, it started to, he and Ben started to book. They became a level of disrespect. And then the gap between the disrespect, it got larger and larger. And so once that happened, AB was not going to acquiesce. And Ben's like, I'm the de facto leader of the team, because the general manager basically said, Ben got Super Bowls, he the dad, y'all the kids, listen up.
Yep.
Once it was that, AB like, I'm out. I'm out. But he never broached that. Tom doesn't strike me as a guy that says, even as accomplished as he is, would ever tell a player, I made you. Your success is tied to me. I can dictate how good you are in a given game. That doesn't strike me as Tom Brady. And I think AB felt that Ben, whether he said that or acted in such a way. Now, AB is not without blame. So I don't want people to think, well, Shannon, you letting that, no.
Hey, time out. This man across from me, the Hall of Famer Shannon Sharp, no Hall of Famer has been harder on Antonio Brown than you have.
No.
In fact, you even said it straight to the man's face at Houston, our first go-round here on Undisputed.
I'd cut him.
It was ahead of the Patriots Atlanta Super Bowl. we had AB on the show from Houston, and you just told him right to his face, you'd be done with it.
I'd be done. I'd be done because I saw what was happening, Skip.
He went Facebook Live in the locker room.
In the locker room, Skip, that's off limits.
Yep.
Now, everybody knows immediately after the game, you're in the locker room. The coach, you have the undivided attention.
And he unwittingly incriminated his head coach, Mike Tomlin, who was giving a hellfire and damnation speech about getting ready for New England. And he unfortunately used some term about New England. And AB putting it out live.
He got it live. Skip. He like, bro, you should be paying attention.
Yeah.
And I felt that was the beginning of the end. But there are a lot of things that was going on that wasn't reported.
Yeah.
Because, Skip, when you look, everybody knows. It doesn't matter. People think it's just like superstars in sports. No. If you're really good at your job will give you more leeway as far as coming in late, as far as absences. Your job, the better you are at your job, the more leeway you get. That's no different than in sports.
Okay.